What's crazy is right. So I have to mute the mics. I have to unmute the mics fast enough to where it's like right before it starts. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny you can hear when
So
you
it gets
going
all
back there to grab
all
whatever.
sandals sliding on floor.
Sandals sliding everywhere, cuz. It's crying, man. What's the deal, Pete? What's happening?
Nothing. Trying to track down where I can buy this small cap company's stock for a couple dollars and sit on it for 5 years.
I just got an update for the iHeart or the Black Effect, the festival this year in Atlanta. It's on the 25th.
25th of what?
Of April.
Cool.
26.
Nice.
Let me see. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you what it is. So it's the Black Effect is live. It's the Black Effect Podcast Network in conglomerate with iHeart at the Pullman Yards in Atlanta, April 26th, 25th. Tickets gonna sell today at noon or tomorrow at noon. They don't got us hosting the stage, but I think we should do something really dope down there.
I agree.
I don't have no idea, but I want to do something dope. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to do something dope this time. Like even if it's not particularly inside of the I don't know, like what does it look like to do a podcast kind of event? What does that look like? Like do we
I don't
sit
know. I've
down
only
with
been to
somebody?
one and you were there.
Huh?
I've only been to one and you were there.
Yeah, I know, but do we do like a live podcast or something?
Yeah, the only idea I could have, just because of proximity, like sometimes you'll see podcasters go and do like live interactive, like intellectually challenging. Like, I mean, basically it started off, I think that guy Crowder or whatever, like the Change My Mind thing, where he would go to a college campus with a very controversial statement, so blah, 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 change my mind. As students would come up and debate the topic live or have a conversation about it live. And it would be interesting to do that. Maybe like the Friday before, you know, when everybody's like in school, because you're adjacent to like the HBCU hub of the United States.
Well, I was thinking about it, right? If the event is Saturday, right, I got to do a show Thursday. So Friday morning, I have to leave to fly to Atlanta. And then we could either do it that Friday or, you know, which is going to put me right there, or we had to do it that Sunday.
Also possible.
Or maybe the Saturday night. People be, you know, they don't, because it was kind of early. It was over early.
Yeah.
But I think we got to do something to really launch the 5th season of the podcast, something cool. And I just don't have no idea.
And there was a thing Friday night. There was that dinner thing Friday night too. So that might conflict also.
Yeah. So maybe we do Saturday night, like I'm sure they have a after party, but we do something on that hip hop topic to where we can have different people come through and mess around.
Dude, I don't want to put the guy out, so I won't mention his name. But there was a number of guys. Remember that studio we went to? Not the time, but the previous time.
Oh,
what's that producer studio?
Zaytoven. Yeah, where Zaytoven was at. Yes,
I don't want to put him on the spot.
Okay,
but like maybe doing something because he had a lot of space there. You know, have a couple of artists or something like that, and talk to him, talk to an artist, and do something about, you know, about the genre, like filmed there possibly. I say again, he might be like, we're not doing that. I don't know. I'm just on 2 seconds of notice coming up with ideas of throwing pasta against the wall, as they say.
The one thing I love about this battle, you know, that's over a year old now, that's almost a year old, is it's exactly where hip hop needs to be. Like some people are upset. They're like, oh, I'm tired of talking about this. Like, no, you're not.
You know what we need to do?
You're not. Yeah.
We just set up a mic and a camera. There was another gentleman who I won't name who was awesome, who came by the Airbnb house for a minute to talk.
Oh, yeah. Mike. Shout out to Killer Mike.
You could say the name, I won't.
Sure.
That guy was really, really interesting. Like, I mean, it's different talking to a person in real life and like just seeing different stuff that, you know, online. You never know what a person's like based off of seeing videos a million times online, but maybe something with him. I don't know. There's a million people down there that are interesting. There's a lot. We'll have time to figure it out. There should be.
Yeah, I think he starts his tour with Wu-Tang. They have a tour going with Wu-Tang, a national tour.
It's the last Wu-Tang tour too. They said
Yeah, at
they
least
ain't
that's
doing it
what
no
they
more.
say. I don't know why that is not the last Wu-Tang tour. I don't
That's
know what
crazy.
it is.
I didn't even say that. That's
But
crazy.
it's a good marketing ploy. You're gonna make everybody buy the tickets.
Barbara Streisand did like 15 going away tours for like 20 years.
So did Anita Baker. Anita Baker did a grip of this is the last one. Like this is not the last one.
Better get hit for it.
Last
Last one.
times.
Yeah, it's a good marketing ploy for sure. But I was thinking we need to do some kind of event for April 26th for that Black Effect, for the Black Effect Live thing.
We could
I don't
bring
have
like
anything
from the
creative.
like a local Atlanta, like OG, like one of the Atlanta Crips, talk about what does Crip mean in Atlanta to you versus in LA or something. I don't know, something like that.
What's crazy is they have a Cali Day. I wish this was all around the same time.
Yo, Atlanta got an everything day, yo. They got a Bronx Day, a Queens Day, a Cali Day. They got everything except for Atlanta Day. That shit is crazy.
Well, Atlanta is like Wakanda, bro. Like all the blackness goes there.
Yeah.
So everybody still try to hold on to wherever they from in the country, but you eventually just an Atlanta nigga. Like it's been people in Atlanta for 20 years still talking about they from somewhere else. Bro, you're from Atlanta, bro. You're 32. You're from Atlanta.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with people feeling like saying they're from Atlanta is bad. Like the way the rest of the country looks at Atlanta is like a great place to be as a black person to be from. Like Atlanta is the shit. But for some reason, people, you know, they hear Atlanta.
They ain't got good food. They ain't got good food. They don't want to be there. They ain't got good food.
They definitely don't have, you know what? They don't have good soul food. That was the thing that blew my mind.
There was a generation of that, I think, with like white people in California because nobody was from there. So everybody knew you weren't from there. So it was just kind of like where you were before that, you know, kind of thing.
ATL got good fusion. They do a lot of fusions and regular food place, you feel me? But they don't have good soul food. Like versus when I first started going in 2006. Like when I first started going, they still had soul food that was fire. But I guess
because now the population's fusion. It's a fusion population.
Yeah, they had like a salmon, a Philly cheese salmon.
They probably started off them damn collard green egg rolls and shit like that down there and shit.
I made that joke on the phone last time we were there.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, that's they probably started down there.
Yeah, but I don't get it. Like Atlanta is one of those places I would love to be from, and maybe hip hop set that precedence for me. But Atlanta is a dope place. But it seemed like people move down there and still try to hold on to some other town. It's like, bro, it's okay to be from Atlanta, nigga. This is the A, nigga. Like, what the fuck is the problem?
That might be because when you move to Atlanta, the real like from Atlanta people are like, you're not from here. You're a New Yorker. It's
no, because Atlanta people don't be like that. They bring you in. Atlanta is one of the most inviting places I've been to. If you move to Atlanta, everybody gonna show you love like you a native. It's not like LA where if you from or New York where if you somewhere else, everybody gonna tell you from somewhere else. In Atlanta, you feel me? It's like people really are inviting.
Yeah, I know people went to Atlanta and got rich, be from New York, be. You know what I'm saying? Because people in the town mess with them. You know what I'm saying? Was inviting, was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like I know people that are for years.
Atlanta really show love, bro. It show love. Like it's underrated about how much love that they show. You know what I'm saying? Like Atlanta got fire wings and fire lamb chops.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but they have fire wings and fire lamb chops.
Because
that's like us saying.
And that's all they have is strip clubs. They got 100 strip clubs down there.
That's like us saying New York got fire hot dogs and pizza.
All we got is tacos.
And honestly, LA's kind of a burger town. It's kind of like,
well, everybody got good burgers.
We the land of the burgers. You know, burgers
not
from
this
New York,
town
right?
that I'm in.
Yeah,
You in Florida, right?
Yeah. Everybody got good burgers. Everybody got some kind of burgers, but we just have in California, we have great tacos, especially Southern California. Great tacos.
And really, I think Asian food thrives in California, obviously.
Everybody got that too.
Yeah, to me,
everybody got Asian food.
Not like that.
Everybody don't have Asian food.
All the major metropolises have.
Yeah. Metropolitan cities got major.
They got Chinese food. Everywhere in the country doesn't have like Thai food and like Korean food. It's that like that kind of shit.
Yo, my kids went to my kids today. They went there right now. They went to a cat's cafe. So now you go in the cafe. There's nothing but cats all around the cafe, and you get to feed them like catnip. So I told them, I go, yo, I ain't even gonna say it on here. I'm gonna sound like you'd have never seen that back in the day. Just put it like that.
Catnip is like the Sherm of the animal kingdom.
Because like just the stigma we used to say it. You know what I'm saying, like that. I know at least in New York, they used to say like that. I'm like, that's crazy. So they did it right now at a cat's cafe.
No Sillies Live, the lunch hour, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here at noon Pacific Standard Time. Digital Soapbox. Click that thumbs up button, that like button. Let everybody know you in the house. You're on Twitter, retweet the link. If you're on Facebook, share the post. Tell a friend to tell a friend, because we up in here. We just dropped a great episode. The reason we do this stream is to support the No Ceilings podcast. We did a great episode. Look below. Conversations where everybody attacks glasses, which is the story of my life. It's a great podcast. You can listen to it on Apple Podcasts, iHeart Podcasts, and anywhere you get your podcast from. No Ceilings podcast, executive produced by Charlemagne the God, the Black Effect Network, and iHeart.
We had a sneaky appearance from Norman Steele, who I thought witnessed a crime, and I thought they changed his name and moved him into some rural town because he saw something, but apparently he's still out.
Hello?
Yeah, Steele is definitely on it. Shout out to my brother Michael Love. Kicked us off with a $5 for lunch. I don't know about that, Glasses. How long will you have to live somewhere before you're not a Cali brother anymore? If I moved anywhere, I'm from there. Let me stop that right now. If I move to another town, if I move to New York, I am a New York brother. If I move to Texas, it's Texas. You know what I mean? Like the only thing that's staying the same is the set, but this Texas. I was to move to the H. I'm from the H. They're like, Glass, how long you been on the H? I mean, shit, I'm an H-town nigga, bro. H-town. I mean, I'm with brothers wherever we at.
Not me.
If I move to the A, this is A.
I don't give a fuck. Well, I can go to Mars, nigga. I'm from New York.
Yeah,
I definitely claimed Florida on April 15th. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, but nah, Atlanta. Shout out to the A. We down there on the 26th.
Hey, like, he'd be on some watch shit if he went out there. He bugging right now.
I mean, I'm from 7th Street. Shit. I'm from 7th Street.
7th Street.
Yeah, but I'm finna assimilate into the said culture. I'm finna trade all my Dodger hats. Give me all Atlanta Brave hats. I'm finna
That's one thing I don't
do. Throw some 84s on.
Only thing I might keep is my lowrider, but I'm finna get me a Atlanta car. What's that car they drive down there? Whatever that is, that's gonna be clean. Feel me? I'm gonna just start living my life like in Atlanta. I'm not trying to hold on to something that I don't got to hold on to.
I don't do that when I go. Like I done lived out of town for a year or two like that. I'm not, and been out of town for a long time like that. Wherever I go, wherever like that. I'm not the one to go out there. Yo, I'm from New York. This. I don't do all that shit. I hate niggas who do that shit though too.
I like the when in Rome principle.
Yeah,
you're the one that moved. I mean, shit.
Exactly.
Yep. I'm give me shout out to Juice. He right. I'm gonna give me a Hellcat with some 4Gs on that thing, and yeah, I'm all the way. I really believe in that though. I really believe in that. I feel like I said, whenever I go to the A, it's just, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's a dope culture. You feel me? So it's like, you know, you assimilate, you get down with the locals. Now, that don't mean I'm finna start rapping and acting like I'm the king of the Atlanta scene, but I'm just saying, I'm just gonna be from Atlanta. People are, oh yeah, you really from there? Nah, I started off, I was in Compton and watched my whole life, but I moved to Atlanta.
Which is not the South because it's Eastern Standard Time.
I hate people say that. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's crazy. So now I was looking at something, right? And I was looking at, we was talking about this song yesterday. Shout out to Chuck, The Game. The Game just dropped a snippet to a single that Kanye produced. It sounded like Jim Jones was on the song too.
Yes, it's the boiling part.
Tina, and it's a really fly flip. You know how they flip a Tina Turner song, and Game chose to use to take that moment to flirt with or make sexual advances towards Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles. And
Yo, Pete,
the record itself, when I first heard the record was fire, bro. I really liked the record. Like I thought, I was like, damn, Ye just at it again, doing some.
I want to make a
fire
joke so
shit.
bad, but I can't.
I did it yesterday.
I thought that was fire. You feel me? Like I was like, damn, this is dope. Like I like how Ye flipped it. I like how he had Chuck sounding. And Ye always got a real different position when he goes about producing hip hop today. Sure. And I thought that was cool. I'm sure if he had the Tina Turner beat, they was like, we need to find the most popping Tina that's going to be controversial to Mac to. And Chuck is 45. You know what I mean? 45. He grown enough, you feel me, to where, well, you know what I mean? Like, it's okay if he tries to flirt with Tina Knowles, whatever, you know what I mean? But obviously when you make it a song, you know what I mean, it's definitely you taking advantage. And we were talking about it with Trap yesterday on the stream. And I felt like, I'm like, damn, like I wouldn't flirt with that lady. You know what I mean? That lady is like, I would help that lady cross the street with her groceries.
That's a little bit of that Florence and Western, you know.
I'm taking that Panther down. I told nigga that shit already, man. I'm not, come on, bro.
That lady is a saber-tooth. She is way past a Panther.
That lady's a Panther.
That lady's a saber-tooth. That lady is way past the point of Cougars and Panthers. That lady's a saber-tooth.
Start looking at old pictures. Start looking at old pictures of her like, oh, it was a lady back in the days, baby.
That lady, in theory, for sure is old enough to be our mother, but for some of us, she old enough to be our grandmother.
But not him.
She definitely old enough to be us moms.
Yeah, but I mean, not grandma, mom.
Nah, not grandma. I'm on 70.
Sure, old enough to be. You know what I mean?
Hey,
no, I'm not sleeping with that lady, man. That lady, I'm gonna help that lady with her groceries out the store.
I'm help that lady with a hip replacement. Point blanks in the world, they're knocking one of them down right now.
In the crosswalk, I'm not finna be trying to sleep with this adult lady. You feel me? That's just a lot. This is a grown up. But at the end of the day, if you like older women, that's cool. And I told Problem in the group chat, Problem hated it. And I was talking to Trap. I'm like, damn, I thought Kanye went a little too far. They started kind of posting content about fantasizing about her, where she was coming down to Jennifer Hudson. They have a little scene where they introducing the next guest to promote the show of the next guest. And they have him come down the Soul Train line in the hallway. And he had this video of her and she was coming down to dancing. And, you know, the lady looks at me. Don't get me wrong. The lady is a very attractive woman for a 71-year-old lady.
Thought she was a fox back in the day.
If I was 85,
yeah.
If I was 85, you feel me? Like, I for sure would be like, what's happening? You feel me? If I was 85. But like,
if you were right 85, now, that there wouldn't be very much happening.
So hold on, you saying if you were 71, you wouldn't shoot at it though?
No.
She too old for you?
No, but I'm not too old.
You trying to get signed younger. You trying to get signed younger. You trying to get
at least 63 or something.
Always.
63 or something, you feel me? I mean, look, it ain't about that. My thing was, I thought about it after we finished the stream yesterday.
I know what you're saying,
to myself. Yeah. I've been telling Problem for a while, like, okay, so shout out to everybody at the lunch table. You know what I'm saying? Here's some game about hip-hop that I realized, because it's like, me and Problem was arguing about it, and I keep telling Problem making this really great music. If you ain't tapped into Jason Martin's stream, you feel me? Like, go tap into Jason Martin as far as his new music. The nigga is putting out some fire-ass music, right? And it dope. But I'm telling him, I'm like, hey, bro, like, you putting out this dope-ass music, but there's no reason to tap in. He like, well, the music is dope. I'm like, that don't matter. And I just start thinking more and more about it, right? Like, why doesn't that matter? Outside of it being an influx of music, when Problem got all the way cracking, right? There was an era of children, right? That hyphy movement raised, right? The hyphy movement. Shout out to all the legends from up top, from the Bay Area, Northern California, anywhere up there. But they created this movement that had black LA in a frenzy as far as the party, which is the hyphy movement. it raised a lot of the kids from Southern California because they were starting to party in high school. Out of that movement birthed this Southern California movement called the jerk era. The jerk era was this really fun time for high school kids to dance, and they had this new thing going on. They had this great energy that was a lot freer than Los Angeles had before that. Fast forward, those kids grow up, right? Those kids become what you call the ratchet movement. Now they're starting to influence LA in a completely different way. Now, birthed out of that jerk or ratchet movement, right, on a mainstream level, people you guys will know about, right, is YG, DJ Mustard, right, Tyga, it's a bunch of underground kids, but to say the least, those are big names you would know. Now, as they start to make records and make music, right, you can hear the influence from what they grew up listening to, right, the songs that they were partying to, and then they interjected their natural culture outside their front door into the songs, and you have the birth of the ratchet movement. And now this group of people start to move records. They start to be the tastemakers of Los Angeles music. That's how music was moving through Los Angeles, through that group of people. It was being discovered and mined. It was being discovered and mined out of the Los Angeles party scene. That was an infrastructure that none of us, now mind you, Problem, J-Rock, Kendrick Lamar, even though Dot is younger, they're like the first wave of guys that was coming when Game was coming. The next wave is YG, Ty Dolla $ign, Mustard, right? That became their wave.
Sure.
Problem came in our wave. But Problem also was a much more developed record maker, producer, and a talent as far as, and he was more of a festive guy versus us. We were like hella street and over the top. Problem was much more festive. So that scene that was created, right, created the infrastructure and the tastemakers that move records all through Southern California. So as Problem starts to make music, shout out to Punisher, Pun from the community, right? He's become this A&R. He's starting to understand the music in a lot different capacity. They're making records and they're putting records into the scene, and these records are blowing up. These records are blowing up, right? But the infrastructure, Pete, is there, right? It's already there. The ratchet movement created, right? Out of that, you get the birth of Ty Dolla $ign, right? You get Mustard, right? You get YG, you get Tyga, you get Kid Ink. You know what I mean? You get about 6 or 7 smash acts that become national acts, right? Then you have a plethora of guys that kind of are, they may not be national acts, but they're like superstars here, right?
Those
Joe
were great
Moses,
times.
RJ. Yeah. You know, you got a group of guys that are superstars right on the West because this music is like, it's the theme of how we live, right? And I say all that to say that Problem, I don't think he understood, Jason Martin didn't understand that is the structure that was able to move his records, the taste-making group of people that was able to move his record. That structure was created. We didn't have to create it. Them kids created it. And it was moving all his records because his records were just like theirs. Better. You know what I mean? This nigga was a fully developed monster when it came to making records.
I remember the first time I ever heard Problem. I remember the first time I ever heard one of his songs. It was like we had just got on a party bus that boarded in Carson. It was Are You a Freak? You got a song?
Shit, Are You a Freak? We used the
Man, that
Are You a Freak?
It was like 3 guys and 20
right?
girls on that bus, and those girls were going nuts.
Right? Because the structure was created through that stuff, right? And so he was able to put music through that and it would do the work. It didn't take as much work. Fast forward, here we are, 2025. It's different. There is no new movement of children coming up, creating a structure that adults start to use to distribute music and to pass to tastemakers. Everybody is online. Everybody is online. Records are being broken online, right? And online, right, with social media, the main thing that's driving everything is the conversation behind it.
Product placement break. Sorry.
It's a white cup. It's a frat cup.
I can't.
So it's like
confirm or deny this might be a soda, but shout out to
I'm
my
gonna get
Jamaicans
soda.
and Dragon.
so that's what's moving, right? The music online. And so I was telling him, I'm like, bro, your records is fire, bro, but there's no reason to talk about them. He like, gee, the music is good. I'm like, that ain't enough no more. I'm like, it's so many records coming out every day, bro. Unless we're talking about something about the records or the artist or the brand itself, the record won't spread. Like it'll just be with those group of people that think it's good, right? What was moving a lot of records is not just streamers. Shout out to the homie Revenge at the lunch table. Shout out to everybody at the lunch table. Sharice, I see you.
What up?
Oh yeah,
Israel, DMV, Ben, Sel, what's happening? Nick, what's the deal? So I'm telling him, I'm like, bro, we have to talk about either the artist or the brand or the product, the brand or the product. Like, are we talking about the artist or are we talking about the song? Is there something worth having a conversation for me to put it on my Instagram and engage the people that follows me? No longer is it the record is good. Hey, this record is just jamming. That is long gone. It's going to remain a very communal or regional idea at that point.
Sure.
When would you say that was? You said again, though. What was the timeline you put on that? Was it around the time like when social media started, like when Instagram and shit started popping and stuff like that? We started getting more about who the artists are?
Blogger.
Longer than that?
Yeah, it's the blog. That's the beginning of it.
Blog era.
Blog era is the beginning of where people who were sitting in front of phones and computers started to move music.
You think artists lost their mystique during the blog? Like, is that what it was though? Like, because before you didn't really know who an artist was though. Nowadays, it feel like you got to know who the artist is to like their music. That's what you're basically saying right now. Though.
Well,
you got to know.
One of two things. Or go on.
Go
so you have to like breach a certain floor to get inserted into the algorithmic program to get dispersed. So you either A, have to be known where you have a built-in floor, or you have to inspire a conversation that its own among itself breaches you in that floor and then disperses you. Is that fair? Glasses?
I mean, yeah, but to even add on to that, let's be honest, bro. It's so much shit. Like, bro, we have so much content to entertain us, bro. We have so much.
So you know when I realized that shit, go ahead, my bad. I'm gonna mention after that. Go ahead.
But there's like a teeter-totter between like there's a difference between from a user experience, like me going and looking for something, and the medium that I'm on effectively taking something and having it look for me, and that's kind of where you got to like tilt just enough to where I don't know what the hell this is, but they told me what it was because they determined that they figured that I should be told what it is.
I mean, but even sometimes it's not even, it don't have to be that pushed, right? It could be a simple dance, right? Like a dance that people on social media want to do exposes me to new records. And the more I see, right? They used to call radio programming, right? When you program a playlist, you're programming the audience, right? Well, that's the same thing happening on social media. Like right now, I'm seeing this, they call it, it's a specific dance that they do. I think it was made in New Orleans, but they're doing it to Frankly.
What that boot joint, the boot song? Okay, yeah. They got to dance to that? That's my shit right there.
Right, and they're doing this dance where I've been seeing it. It's based out of New Orleans, and it's programming me with Frankie Beverly, We Are One. And the other day, I went to Frankie Beverly and was just jamming Frankie Beverly because at that point, it's overexposing me to songs and voices that I'm familiar with, and then I go digest the music. Shout out to LK from the Bay. That's what they call it, tripping out.
Okay, what up?
That's what it's called, tripping out.
Send that to me, okay? I want to see the video they do for
that they do, and that's how I'm learning music, and that's how I've been learning all of my songs for the most part. Right, is on Instagram, on TikTok, I'm seeing these dances, and the more I see people do the dance, they have another one that they're doing to tap out. Future Stunner tune called Tap Out, and they have
we call it the challenge era.
Yes,
right now.
Yeah, the last couple of years. Anytime we do dance, put a video up, the whatever ... dance challenge, whatever. Everybody has to post themselves doing a dance.
But see, my only thing within that right there, I think that's a great way of bringing songs back into light. Though that's a great way for them to do it like that. But these songs that launch off of challenges, a lot of times them songs ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? They just that one part of the song that hit most of the time.
But the dance is like that.
The dance could be like that, yeah. I mean,
we gotta pull up this Jody Jebs comment after we give Juice a shout out.
But
thank you for the $5. I agree with 75% of G's narratives, but I 100% agree with the sincerity, passion of Black cultural talking points. My nigga, man, it's the truth.
Nice.
Jody Jebs, wait, what the hell is all this? What kind of channel is this? This is No Ceilings live stream, the lunch hour, where we have intelligent conversations about everything street urban cultural, or we look at anything from a street urban cultural perspective. We do this to support the No Ceilings podcast. If you look below inside of the caption, it's right there. You can listen to it and catch up. But right now, Jody, you are sitting at the lunch table where all the intellects sit during their lunch break at work and they discuss intelligent things. We not out here making a fool of all ourselves.
Put your bib on and relax. You heard?
So, shout out to Juice. Sounds like how you end up with a lot of gimmicks and all things that don't last too long. I mean,
there's a history.
Yeah, you definitely are not getting the best traditional record. You know what I mean? In traditional sense, like a Soak City song it's not the greatest record in the traditional sense of making records. But again, because art, music is art and it's subjective, long as it's actually doing it's quantifiable things happening, you have to respect the power of it. Again, how we program to digest records is based off how records were made in the 40s and 50s. So now we're getting something different. And I've been telling Trap this for a while.
I'm about to say, I like when you get into this bag right here. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, like I've been telling Trap this for a while that there are these new style of records that don't fit the traditional format. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough. But I was saying that we doing all this, and the point of this conversation is that's why I understand why when they took that Tina Turner sample, I understand Chuck's approach. When I say Chuck, I mean Chuck Taylor, aka The Game. I understood his approach is because he's trying to make something worthy of the conversation. Now, I didn't know the whole conversation.
Charles Taylor? I don't know his name.
No, that's Chuck Taylor, like the shoe. Like
I know
Los Angeles street urban cultural shoe that we began to make.
Is that his name?
No, his name is Jayceon Taylor.
Okay.
Yeah, so Chuck Taylor, he nicknamed himself after the shoe.
Got you.
So Chuck, get what his angle was when he made the song. And when I heard the record, right, I was like, damn, this record is jamming, because it was just on his page and I followed him. I liked it. Fire emoji, this dope. For everyone else, he realized, he realized that people wouldn't just care about a good song produced by Kanye West, you feel me, and written by The Game with Jim Jones. So he added an element that's worthy of a conversation. Now, gangster rap historically has been very much like the audacity, the nerve of these niggas.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, you got to push the envelope. And I would be the least person to talk about pushing the envelope because I always push the envelope.
I feel like did somebody do something, a song referencing Kim Kardashian one time?
Are you talking about that song, Kanye Should Never Marry That Hoe? Talking about that song right there?
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that song too.
So
Cancel These Nuts. Yeah, I heard about that song.
But it's tricky, right? Shout out to Juice. He said, right, I get that. Sad thing is that it'll ruin a lot of really dope artists trying to chase those viral moments, but I do get it. But it's not a pursuit of a viral moment. Like, that's an underrated kind of understanding of what's happening. That's a really kind of cheap way. It's not really pursuing a viral moment. The belief with the average consumer is, I just know what's good music. Juice, y'all don't. Forgive me, y'all don't. Y'all don't know what's good. All you know is what fits the brand of what you like.
They know when they're having a good time.
They don't even know that. It's built off so much social currency of what's cool.
I'm about to say
you don't know what they actually like because people are pursuing cool more than what they personally like.
Sure.
Right?
So you basically saying like if the people like it, if your neighbor like it and your neighbor put you on to it, you automatically gonna like it then too. You're saying like that most of the time.
It comes with a social currency, bro. Everybody don't believe this. Everybody think they know, but this is why it goes back into that conversation about people thinking that there's a West Coast sound because you don't know. Like I was playing instrumentals for somebody and I'm like, you would never tell where none of this is from. And people can't separate the fact that what's built on it is so polarizing and captivating that that's what you remember. So you associate what you hear, you know what I mean, with the music as some kind of affinity towards this. But it's the same thing with this. Like I was telling Snoop Dogg this in the studio. I'm like, bro, hip hop don't make good music. They make great records sometimes, but they don't make good music. You know what I mean? Like if you listen to Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye, that album, and you compare it to any hip hop album, it ain't even close. Like people,
it's not fair to do that though.
People gave a lot of shame to the Snoop and Dre album that just came out because it was actually just good music. Like
you can't do that. You can't just put out good music like that.
Yeah, you can't. Because hip hop is street urban culture built on top of black music. Built on top of it, right on his bones. Yeah. Every part extended up on top of it. And you get a dope producer or two every now and then that can build it on top of anything. But in its inception, it's built on top of black music. Street urban culture built on top of black music. So it's like, it's not just a pursuit of a viral moment, Brody. It's more or less, other than that, I don't care that you put out a song. It's a million songs.
Oh man, we back to this now, yo.
What?
Listen, man.
No, we're not back to that. What I'm saying is,
all right.
Yeah, what I'm saying to you is that's why I understand it. It's not that you have to build interesting perspectives in records or brands, right? Like J. Cole's last marketing thing before he obviously went out retarded in the Kendrick battle was him playing semi-pro basketball. That became the talking point of his brand that put him through ESPN and different outlets for his name to be in the front of the conversation. So as he drops music, there's a reason for people to listen to music. Like when NH passed away, NH album, I think, was at like 160,000. It had been out longer than a year. It had been out longer than a year, right? It had been out for a while, 150,000. He passed away. His songs went into the top of the charts. His album is damn near double platinum. Michael Jackson, Thriller. It was at 3 million. Thriller is the last single of the album. It was at 2 to 3 million. It was right under 3 million. He goes to the label to shoot the music video for the song Thriller. That's the 7th single off the Thriller album. The label like, bro, we already milked it. Like, bro, we had 7 singles, bro. We are not finna keep chasing this. We did great off of this. You know what I mean? We 2 to 3 million albums sold. Like
the lemon's dry, baby. The lemon's dry.
Right? Like, what are you doing? Mike is trying to squeeze blood out of a turnip. So he said, man, I got this dope idea for a video for the 7th single, Trap.
Was it the last single? The album?
And it's the most expensive video. The label was like, Mike, you tripping, bro. We made good. He like, no, I got this idea.
That's
and they was like, no, we're not paying for that. One. So he goes to the company, MTV, who didn't want to play his video 1 year ago. Before that, it says, man, I got this dope idea for this video. Man. And MTV bankrolls the video. Right? They bankrolled Thriller. You know what I mean? After not wanting Negroes on their platform 12 months before that. They bankrolled a video. The video comes out. Obviously, it's the greatest music video in all of music history, right? He doubles the sales. He goes from 2 to 3 million to 4 to 6 million. So
hold on. The video dropped, and then the Pepsi shit happened though, too.
But this is where I'm finna get to.
Okay,
So
my bad.
again, when it was just music, right, he was able to get to 2 to 3 million. When it was just the art, right, with the music video, he was able to get to 4 to 6 million, right? His hair caught on fire doing a video for Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
It put him on every news station around the country. He started doing a million albums a week.
A week. That was crazy.
A million albums a week after that. Because as much as we're insailed into this life that we are so aware. I look at all the Kendrick achievements and I'm like, damn, everybody know that. There are people right now just hearing Not Like Us. More people have never heard Not Like Us than heard Not Like Us on the globe. And I mean, it's a substantial number of people that haven't heard it versus if we're lucky, 20% of the population has heard Not Like Us. And I doubt it's 20%. It's probably less. It's probably less.
Yeah, it's probably less.
20% is $1.5 billion.
Million people heard Not Like Us. That's fucking incredible.
How many percentage do you think consume hip hop?
So that's in the standard, right? That's in the standard loop of the less than 2 million.
Yeah, that's what I think so too. No.
Globally, no. It's more than that.
No, not globally. I'm talking about just America.
So things become pop records, right? And then they escape hip hop. We're saying what's the number of hip hop audience around the globe is somewhere between 2 to 5 million people. But what's happening is some of these records and some of these things are escaping hip hop and they're going into a level of pop culture.
Sure.
And people are getting involved. Right. So what I'm saying is I get why Chuck chose to use Tina Knowles if the idea of this song is Tina Turner that's driving it. Now we could talk about the taste of it, like if it's in bad taste, that's a choice. But I get why. But this is the challenge for an artist, right? Like I was watching somebody on Twitter say that Drake is being suppressed at radio. And it made me laugh that people thought he was entitled to radio play. Like radio was like, yeah, well, we got to play that new Drake song because it's Drake. Bro, that's a favor they're doing you. They don't need to play your record. Nobody is going to tune out if there's not one record, there's not one artist in the country that if people listen to radio, they're going to tune out because you're not playing that artist. They will find another song to replace your song. They will find another artist to replace that artist. So when you don't have the luxury of being overexposed, right? Overexposed through different mediums, right? You have to create an interest in your content itself.
Sure.
Right?
And I think that's why I was saying the other day though. I think that's why he's not moving past the battle though. Because he's using that, he's trying to use that as the interest to people to go listen to the music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, other than that, why else would you listen to the music? Like if you're a Game fan and you hear a Game song, that's why you're doing it, right? But how does he even let you know Game has new music? Like if you think about how Instagram worked, I think Chuck got like 8-digit followers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Instagram is not letting you get past 10% reach, right? Without advertising. So now to get the people that you guys, all of y'all at the lunch table who have Instagram, you'll be lucky if you get free 10% of your actual base that your shit reach. Lord knows if it's not even viral or if it's not contagious, right? If it's not a contagious piece of content, if it's just a picture of you just sitting there, they're not sending that all to the people that follow you. They're saying, hey, you need to pay us money for this to reach those people.
Yeah.
Same for YouTube, same for Spotify. So if Chuck has a new song, right? Let's say he has, let me see.
Yes, Revenge. It is boo-boo now. And that is such bull. Like, I don't understand why they charge the creator. Like, you're depriving the follower as well. If I follow Joe Blow, I'm interested in Joe Blow's content. You're only going to let me see. I have to specifically go out of my way to find every singular page of every person I follow to see all the shit that I'm potentially interested in based off of my own choice of who I follow because they're going to blank out 90% of the shit that I'm supposed to be seeing.
The game has 12.1 million monthly listeners.
Yeah. So 11 million of them or 10 million of them aren't going to see the shit that they want to see because they chose to follow the guy because they suppress it. They're not only hurting the game, they're hurting.
But that's the point. It don't matter who you are. You could be the biggest artist in the world. You're going to pay them, even though people chose to follow you. They like, yo, we need, I would imagine to reach the other 11 million. You know what I mean? You might start talking about, you got to be talking about 8. You got to be talking about 5 or 6 figures. And
I'm just surprised that they haven't reverse engineered it and say, look, if you as a follower, rather, just a basic user, want a clean stream of content of the people you follow and not just some superfluous bombardment of crap of people pay so that you can see what you want, not what we want you to see based off who's paying us to let you see it. Why don't they charge the users $1 a month times 1 billion so that you can see what the fuck you want?
Well, that's what they do, right? They program it for you to see what you want.
No, they don't. They program it so you think you're seeing what you want, but you're seeing what people pay to be seen.
It's a little trickier than that. It's not as simple as that. It's like, so they're moving the most engaging content. That's why it's important when I tell y'all to like this page or thumbs up this YouTube. It's because this is why YouTube starts to market this stream. It's engaging. So all the networks are looking for the most engaging content, right? They're looking for the most engaging content, and that's what they're sharing. Right. And then it depends on, they use a AI type of thing to where if you're like the hashtags, if you're tapping on the 2 or 3 things that feel liked content, that's like content, they'll just keep giving you liked content, right? Content that's like what you're choosing.
I understand that. But
so no, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying they do have that. It's just not on Instagram what we're talking about. They do have a thing where if you're an artist and you move your base over here to people and they could pay $1 a month and then they get all of your stuff, or they have direct access to your feed all the time. But Instagram, we didn't know that when we were building these huge followings on these, social media platforms. We didn't look that one day in the future that they were going to start saying, hey, you need to pay us to get to the people following you. We always thought
social media's model has always been a bait and switch since its inception.
You said who?
Social
media, and even to that point, Google for that sake has always been a bait and switch model. It's been a get everybody in, then redefine how things work and charge them.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying, but when you would use Instagram, it was definitely a lot easier to connect with the people following you. Yeah. It wasn't as the strainer wasn't as tight.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. So I agree with you. I mean, this is right up your alley that they use the bait and switch model. So somebody like Chuck, if he's not getting national coverage, if they're not covering his release nationally, right? Naturally, if he has to pay for people to cover it, he's already going to lose. Mind you, they're only paying a fraction of a cent to hear a song. Mind you, the song is not even out. You know what I mean? So he's trying to drum up interest for an idea, right? And so he has to use something that creates a story, but still not sacrificing how good the music is.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah. Listen, from the jump though, I think he stayed on brand within doing this song. You know what I'm saying, and even like the move within jumping in, and then like it kind of like stayed on brand for him right there though. I think it's going to work though. You know what I'm saying? Especially, but it might draw the interest of making people want to see what the next song going to be. You know what I'm saying? I agree with what you're saying though.
So I think that's what I'm saying. Good music is not enough. It's not anymore. It's too much music. And again, there's an audience of people who will argue you on what's good. And you as a professional be like, that record ain't good. But because art is subjective, music is subjective, it don't just depend on records anymore. Records would You could tell what record was good or bad by if it could call out when people heard the song in the traditional format, right? In the traditional format of a record. The radio played, they played 120 times over 5 weeks, and they would call out and test it. And if people knew it, they knew the record was good. They would try it another time if it worked 4 or 5 more weeks. They could test the record to prove its viability in the market or how catchy or how contagious it was. Now that's not needed. You could be into somebody's brand, and long as the music fits their brand or the record fits their brand, the record don't got to be good. It just could fit their brand.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
I mean, we just happen to be in a time where we see everything versus hear everything first. We grew up, even all of us grew up in an era where we saw everything. I mean, we heard everything first. It was word of mouth. We heard about an artist. Oh, I heard about Glass Loke. That's the dude that used to sell dope and he crip.
But
now,
see, yeah. I'm gonna say, listen, we have videos, we have rap cities, video music box, and all that shit. We didn't like everything that we were being presented though. We couldn't stand E40 over here in New York when he dropped, and that shit came on every day on Rap City.
Sure.
So I think that back in the days we wasn't controlled by the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Which I feel like people controlled by now. You know what I'm saying? Like they making you think that this is what you like. This is what you know what I'm saying, because they building the data up.
They only pushing it because you like something like this.
Similar to it. Yeah.
That's how it's a simple AI model.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's disingenuous to say that they don't have to trick us. We're showing them what we like. Like, because I'm always showing love to Kendrick and his advancements, they continuously, like, it'll be people that don't follow me that's tweeting me every day. If I tweet something great about Kendrick, they're tweeting me something negative, you know, because they're Drake fans. I'm not, they don't even follow me. So Twitter X, right, is pushing it to them. Like, we know you're engaging with this type of content. You know, maybe your page has 100 tweets about Drake, and we know you don't, you know, we know they don't like Kendrick. These two things are going together, right? And guess what? So every day people are tweeting me that don't follow me because I saw another thing that Kendrick Lamar accomplished, right? And I shared, and people like, well, fuck Kendrick and fuck you. I hate you. You and the midget. Feel me? Like, and it, like, I'm just like, damn, but that's the price you pay to have an open portal of people. You know, I'm a part of Twitter's marketing campaign at this point because what I'm tweeting is engaging, right? So no, it's not enough anymore. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not like I think Cancel These Nuts is one of the better albums I ever put out, but I also understood why the conversation couldn't happen. And I understand how to force the conversation. That's the tricky part. And then once you force the conversation, like, right, it's as simple as this, right? Let's say if Torah is the song, right? Torah is a dope song, dope video, right? If I would have paid a church group, right? If I'd have paid a church group to be offended, like a church group, Pete, that's like that has a social presence, like a decent following. I say, hey man, I'm gonna give you $2,000. I need you to make some posts and be outraged at this video and this song, right? Then it's like, okay. You know, sure, the publisher sets it up, right? Okay. So they tweet on their huge social platform, hey, you know what? This Glasses Malone guy is out of line for this idea. He's wrong. It's blasphemous. He's going to hell. That engages their following. So then not only do they get people commenting on what's posted there, they send people to me to attack me, to be offended. Then the next step is let me pay Shade Room. Oh, let me pay Shade Room. Let me pay academics to show, hey, this church group has an audience of people cussing Glasses ass out. Glasses is being protested against by this church group. And here's the video. That's how marketing has always worked. You know what I mean? Like, except we was always blessed by the first time you saw culture. The first time you saw G-Thang, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg with Lowriders, that's just not something you can see. That's not common. You couldn't see that much street urban culture. It wasn't consistent. You didn't have access to it. Now on YouTube, you can see all that shit. You don't got to watch no rap video to hear somebody from the street urban culture of Los Angeles or in the Bay Area talk. I can go on YouTube and get somebody that's not even an artist. It'll just be a nigga that's a gang member. You know, yeah, I'm in the hood. You know what I mean? Sitting on a table at the park, telling you about who they beefing with and shit like that. Like, you get right to the culture. You do not need the artistic expression of it anymore. That was the only bridge, right? Trap I had to New York. That was the only bridge. Like LL Cool J was the only bridge I had to people that was like grew up like me in New York. There was no other bridge. Crush Groove is a movie. That was the only movie. There was no way I can access that. No fucking way I can access that. LL was the only way. That's how I knew niggas said Be Son and Kid in New York. There's no television shows that had that in the 80s. There was one or two movies that had that. And this nigga who putting out albums every year is talking to me the way I would talk, but in New York. That was the only bridge. So we were lucky, right? The artists, they weren't competing versus Glasses Malone today. Man, you could go look at some nigga that's a gangbanger and he giving you the culture, feel me, with just a camera. You don't got to get through no music. You don't got to get through no music video. You don't got to wait on nothing. And that nigga Trap is uploading every day. That nigga is uploading every day. Glasses ain't even dropping a song every day. Like, I'm getting shit because I want to drop a song every week. It's a nigga from Watts uploading content every day. He just walking outside the house, popping it how we talk, showing you this is this personhood, this who they beef with, and they getting the whole culture from this nigga for nothing.
That's I remember one time we had Isaac in the room like a couple months ago, and he said that this year 2025 is gonna be, he said content is gonna be worth more than music now in 2025. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, people gonna be more tuned in. Yeah.
And I have you and Dot back, so I gotta like every post, and now my timeline looks like a Dot page. Same for me. Like, that's the same thing for me. Like, I'm more impressed, and I'm sharing how excited I am publicly that my homeboy is succeeding at this crazy level. Like, none of us saw this. Like, I never went this crazy on Damn, The Pimp, because I expected that type of success from him. He was that type of talent. Kendrick Lamar is that type of talent. I knew he could have Humble, Damn, To Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid. This motherfucking shit that's happening now is crazy. So I'm excited and I'm sharing it. And again, people mad. They like, motherfucker, they have to deal with their favorite artist possibly losing this battle and the success of somebody who is responsible for it. So it creates this whole thing. And shout out to D. Taylor. That's true. And that's what it is. You exposing Crip Mac whole business plan. Fact. You know what I mean? Because that's what hip hop is competing with now. You're competing with the content makers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they are uploading shit every day. Y'all don't gotta go through me to get to watch Crippin'. Y'all don't gotta go to Game to get Compton Pyru. And it's a nigga on YouTube right now that's a Pyru nigga uploading content every day. If you care about street urban culture, if you entertained by, you can go on YouTube and find you a nigga every day. So the challenge of what has to happen in hip hop is really hard, and good music is not enough. You have to have more. You have to have
the music got to come with content.
Thing happening, huh?
Saying the music got to come with content nowadays in order for it to be successful.
No, like the idea that that we've been
like developing. The game shit.
No, but like the idea we've been developing.
Okay, yeah.
That's worth talking about. Because the nigga doing the audacity, right? The nerve of this nigga, right, Pete? All the shit we talking about, Pete, is more things, right? The thing you called me about, Pete, the other day. That's something worth talking about. But then guess what? Our job, after we set that up, right? We tied into this crypto space and we do this. We have to get exposure on that right there.
And it's the same principle, I mean, as sex sells. For a period of time, sex sold, and I don't mean like pornography. I mean like showing some angle.
No. Yeah.
It was maybe in some music videos. Then it kind of was like you can bounce your ass cheeks up and down on Instagram. Now it's an only whatever. So it's and violence sells also. Things that are controversial inherently are going to attract momentary attention. and sex, drugs, violence are probably the 3 top of the list.
But imagine though, imagine like so it's that simple, right? But imagine somebody, fucking somebody on camera every day.
I could actually
OnlyFans.
imagine that.
Right? You know what I'm saying? That's what you're competing with. Imagine you're like a professional porn star, and now you're competing with OnlyFans. Some girl that just got guys coming to her house every day, knocking her back.
Sure. I mean, there was mediocre chicks who I'm sure if I were to go back and think about it for longer than a nanosecond, had some sort of a career as a singer or a dancer, whatever the hell, because they just had a banging body, wore a tiny little bit of clothes on stage, on the video, whatever the hell else, and that was enough. It's not quite so much enough anymore.
Shout out to LK. It has to be a balance so it's not too gimmicky. I think people respect gimmicky though. So I think we don't respect gimmicky, but I think most people respect gimmicky.
Well, most people I think don't need to respect what they're taking in.
I mean, I don't even think most people think something is gimmicky.
I'm about to say, I think gimmicky nowadays goes more to somebody saying it's their brand. You know what I'm saying? So you might think because somebody doing something over and over, and they like somebody just mentioned the Crip Mac shit. You think Crip Mac shit is gimmicky? You know what I'm saying? That's his brand.
Not to nobody else.
You think it's redundant after a while?
Yeah.
Not to us. To us, we're gonna look at it like this nigga is funny over the top. To everybody else, they think that's just being a Crip.
Yeah.
Like Crips don't really wear royal blue like that. That's hella loud. But he understood it. Always say he is an immigrant, right? He's an immigrant to Cripping, right? Because he didn't grow up in the culture. He don't quite know it. So it's always this outside perspective. Forgive me if it sounds like harsh. I don't, Mac, if you see this, because I'm not on you. I'm saying somebody who grew up on the outskirts of what's happening versus everybody who live in the middle. This is just how we live versus somebody who's a fan of it. Imagine like it's even how I always see Drake with hip hop. Like if you're on the outside of it, it's way more attractive. On the inside, it's just how you live. It's normal. But if you're on the outside, you're going to come in, you're going to get your braids at 34, you're going to wear barrettes, shit that niggas don't really do by that time. It's a way you conduct yourself because this just comes with just existing. You know what I'm saying? It's just existing. But again, like I always say, when you look at how Adam looks at street urban culture, he understands the value more of it than 99.9% of the people that grow up with it.
If you're on the inside of an airplane, do you if you have the windows closed, you don't really know you're flying, or you don't know how high you are. But if you're outside of it, you can see it. Same like with the car. If you're on the inside of a car, you don't really know how fast you're really going. You just feel like you're sitting down. But you can
Shout
see
out
it
to
from the
Will
outside.
Cashgrove. Facts. Shout out to Will Cashgrove. Cosplay is always over the top compared to the real. But the thing is, Will, it's this many people that know what's real. It's this many people that know what's real, bro. It's the number is so minute, bro. I have to educate people on gangbanging every day. You would think after all these years, they would just get on the phone and somebody would tell them the truth. They are so enamored and they make it like it is a bunch of shit that is not. I used to have Pete in the hood. Like Pete done been in other people's hood. He knows what I'm saying is true when it comes to gangbanging. He's not oblivious to anybody else. They really think I'm tripping. Like people think I'm glorifying it because I'm saying, no, it's just not like that. To them, they like, that's like when you go to New York, people think everybody's just rapping on the corner in front of a bonfire. That shit sound crazy, but I get why. You have no idea, bro.
Yeah, this guy's crazy, man. This guy's crazy. Right
they think it's niggas.
He thinks that. He thinks that.
Like there's a fire inside of every trash can.
He thinks that.
If you look inside a trash can, there's going to be a fire.
I've been there a million times.
Yeah. You've been to Staten Island. You probably seen that shit in Staten Island one time, and now you want to bring it back.
I never saw it in my life.
Seen that shit in Park Hill probably one time.
I saw it on a movie. I never saw it in real life.
Seen the shit on
never
Sugar
went
Hill.
to New York and it's niggas rapping around a fire. Ever in my entire life. I'm talking no borough. Every borough I hung out in, and I'm talking about at this point, weeks to months. in time. I never saw niggas freestyling around a fire in my entire life in real life.
Me either.
But in the movie,
this is a great look.
Never seen it.
In the movie,
this is an optic.
Yeah, but in the movie, this is what people think. Like when they think they come to New York, they like, no, if I wear red, niggas gonna kill me. I'm like, it's way trickier than that. It's not as simple and ridiculous. They like, no, niggas, low riders and niggas. Yeah. Bro, this is a regular place. Yes, there are some of these things happening, but again, it's that deep. So again, when we saying cosplaying, that's why people cussing me out every day, bro. They think, how can you say Drake is cosplaying? He's black. Nigga, just because your father slept with your mother, that don't mean you understand the experience, bro. That don't mean you understand the culture of it all. Like it's hard to get. It sound crazy. It'd be like, nigga, that's y'all kill each other over colors. I'm like, bro, y'all really think that's why niggas is fighting? You just choose a color one day and now somebody gonna come kill you.
That's what we see in the movies. That's what we seen in the movies.
Exactly. Like we seen people rapping over bonfires or putting cardboard boxes down and dancing against each other.
No, they was doing that. They was doing that.
In only a few places.
The 80s. Now in the 80s, they were doing that all over.
Man, it still wasn't that much. Wasn't nobody in no fucking Manhattan doing that shit. You got your ass put in
jail. They was on Times Square doing that. What you talking about? They was on Times Square doing that shit. You crazy?
And the police come run their punk ass out. Get y'all ass up out of here.
Well, they was doing it though. They was doing it still.
And this is why people. This is why
in the
people
train
really
station.
be thinking that.
You never seen niggas dancing in the train station? You probably take the train when you up there. They be in the train station doing that shit.
I ain't never seen no nigga no train station do it. I done rode the train at this point.
Yeah.
I done rode the train probably 80, 90 times.
If you on 42nd, it's the same group that be on 42nd. They be dancing in the train station. They been doing that shit since the 90s, B. On some real shit.
I never seen it.
Yeah.
I never seen no nigga in no borough, Bronx, Staten, Brooklyn, Queens, rapping around no fucking bonfire. Never.
Nah, that was that New Jack City shit, man. That was New Jack City.
Missing the point of what I'm saying.
I'm not missing the point. I'm just saying. I just don't like you talking about like that's our stereotype. Like y'all think about us fucking rapping around bonfires.
Y'all be saying, y'all saying y'all culture. Y'all try to act like y'all don't have the same gangs of shit going on.
Or like in the summertime, y'all got walking around bouncing basketballs down the sidewalk in Harlem all day long.
Yeah.
Like they're coming either, like everyone's either to or from the Rucker all day long.
Exactly. It's always games at the Ruckers. That's how niggas used to really think. It's always games at the Ruckers, nigga, night and day. And nigga, I went to the Ruckers 10 times. I still ain't seen a nigga playing or shooting.
Nah, yeah, because it's certain days of the week. But you know what though? As you can say that right there, right? And I be saying that shit when I be in Cali, right? It's like you could get caught in the eye of Cali though. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit looks so Cali, like the palm trees, the lines of palm trees going down the street. Like you be like, meanwhile you be in the fucking hood though. You know what I'm saying? You want to, but you be in the awe like, damn, this shit is
what I seen. But if you look a little bit down from the trees, like if you're on Avalon in like the 70s or 80s and it's lined with palm trees for 10 miles, if you look a little down, like just like 10 degrees,
start looking at houses, you're gonna be like, oh, this shit is crazy.
No mystery.
But them palm trees will fuck you up though, seeing that shit come from out here, B. Shit'll fuck you up.
If I go down 62nd Avenue still in Miami, oh, let's try. They got coconut trees, everything. If I look down from the coconuts just like this much, no secrets.
Little Haiti.
Shout out to LK. She said, I think about y'all running down the fire escape.
Yo, chill out. Okay. Chill out, okay, from the
That's
Bay.
my point. So it goes back to that point that I'm saying most people that's listening don't know what's good music. People don't. Like, you know what a good record is, but you don't know what good music is. You don't know about musicality. Most people don't know that. So you look for things that fit the brand. It's like going to, if McDonald's actually serves you good food, you probably wouldn't even like it. Imagine if they took that bun away and they used a real hamburger bun. Imagine if they took that meat away and that thousand and they used real shit. That shit'd be horrible. You wouldn't even know how to react because you go to that brand looking for that taste. That's the truth. Brand really kind of controls what we expect. You know what I'm saying? Brand controls our expectations. And so, like with Chuck in this particular situation on this record, he's in a challenge because it's like, how do I make the world care about me releasing a song without spending $200,000 to try to overexpose a song or expose something to fuck with? How do I get you interested in something? Most people think they know more about gangbanging than me. I've been a gangbanger at this point 30 years. Niggas is talking to me like I don't know gangbanging. So y'all kill each other over colors. I'm like, no, we don't. Yes, you do. I am a Crip. I would know if we kill. Like me talking to you about it's just crazy. And you could tell they never studied, but how can I get offended? Imagine if you went to Five Guys, D, and they had McDonald's buns and they gave you a McDonald's patty. You would be fucking mad. But the same thing, you go to McDonald's and you'd be happy to get it from them.
Just side note, quick. What's the closest for you actual blood neighborhood that 7th Street would actually have a problem with?
Bonnie Hunters. Bonnie Hunters is probably 5 minutes away.
You walk to the end of the 7th. Yes, because I think if you went straight up,
if you walk to the end of the 7th, if you walk to the end of the 7th, right, 117th Street, you cross through the Rosa Parks station, you at Imperial, you cross Imperial, right? You category across Imperial. On the other side is the block. That's the Bonnie Hunters.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And we don't beef with the Bonnie Hunters. PJs don't beef with the Bonnie Hunters. Shit. The Carvers, I don't even really think. Maybe they do sometimes. But they worst enemies.
But you guys might beef with the PJs.
We did. My older homies did, but my generation didn't.
I'm just saying, like, they happen to wear the same color. All I'm saying.
Because the colors mean, exactly, the colors mean nothing. Shout out to Dan Sachs. You too old to be claiming. You never too old to be for this cripping, bro. Either you either in or you don't. It's not. It's just what you is. Hey, that's how I feel, Diamondback. He says, as a full-time cashier at Walmart, I think you are mistaken about gangbanging, Glasses. That's how I really be feeling. People be like working somewhere and they be like, man, Glasses, you don't know what you're talking about. Like a dude, he was on Instagram and cuz I did that interview with the homie cuz probably about 2-3 years ago. What's the homie from KC? Court. Old Court.
Oh yeah.
I did that sit there with him 2 or 3 years ago before the battle. And some dude was like, yeah, you only saying that because of this battle and you got to have your homie back. And I'm like, cuz, this is 2-3 years for the battle. And instead of him saying, you know what, my bad, you did say this before, you may think that. The nigga comes on the next post like, well, I don't care when you said it, nigga, you bullshit, nigga, you ignorant. And I'm like, God damn, like you can't even admit right then and there you are wrong.
Wait. Never mind.
Shout out to Dan Sachs. So you can't retire. Of course I can retire, but why am I retiring? It's the set. What does that mean what do you think that means then when I say this the set? Do you think I'm out here taking old ladies' purses or something?
I would say it's kind of like the Marines. They say it's like Semper Fi forever, but you're not actively on duty or whatever.
It's forever, bro. Shout out to Lawrence Freeman, and this is probably true. Shout out to Chicago. Do you think these things happen because we have shared so much of our regional culture with each other, and now we think we are experts in each other's culture? You know what's funny?
Nah.
Yes and no. So there's a rational person like me, Lawrence, like where people make fun of me all the time because I told them I just really started to understand hip hop in 2019. People, he just got hip hop in 2019. I don't care how many of them albums I bought. I don't care how many rap albums I bought from niggas in New York, niggas on the West Coast, niggas in the South, niggas. I've never in my life felt compelled or thought I understood hip hop. I don't care how many songs. I seen Crush Groove when it was new. I saw Breaking when it was new. I saw all the hip hop movies. I saw all the documentaries. I've been to New York at that point multiple times, and I never felt compelled to say I could speak on the behalf of hip hop because I knew that I had quite no idea what it was. I don't care what a song told me. I didn't still think I knew what it was. I heard the songs.
Let me ask you a question.
I had to go out to that motherfucker, Lawrence, and talk to niggas. I had to damn near live in New York for a while before I felt comfortable speaking on the behalf.
So now, when you realize what hip hop was and all that like that, did you realize that you have been living the hip hop lifestyle and stuff like that? You speak like hip hop nigga?
Yes.
All right, see, all right.
I didn't know it, bro. First off,
that's why I think people don't understand when you say that. I think people don't understand the fact that you just went to go. You went to go see what the roots was like and what it was like that, but then you realized at that time, yo, I've been living. It's a lifestyle. It's my way of life. I've been living though. Aside from being a gangbanger, you know what I'm saying, like that though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because being a gangbanger don't mean nothing but being a hip hop nigga.
Exactly.
Violence don't got nothing to do with gangbanging and hip hop. That's just you just being a man, a human. Humans is crazy. They just retarded. But I'm saying when you start to culturally exist, like where this is the thing that matters, I don't even care about what else is going on. This is what I'm doing. That's what it is. I don't care about my English class because I talk like this. I pop it like this. I use how that's what this shit is about. But I never felt, Lawrence, that I was that comfortable to say that I would never. I've heard so many Chicago niggas rap. I got at least 100 Chicago niggas albums over this time. And I will not act like I understand what's going on with the motherfucking people. I saw Academic Stream when he first started reporting on the war in Chirac, and I don't think I know what's going on in Texas. I've been buying Texas niggas albums since 89, listening to them. I bought my first one in 94. I never felt compelled to think I understand H-Town culture. I never felt I understood. I've been buying Outkast albums since they came out. I never felt compelled. Tip, Jeezy, everybody, I cannot tell you shit about their culture because I am not that motherfucking full of myself to where I think because I heard some rap albums and saw some movies, I understand their culture. I don't care how many documentaries I saw, I never felt like that. The average person, Lawrence, they think, oh, I saw this, I know what's going on. I wouldn't even feel like that about Crippin'. I grew up being a Crip my whole life, bro. And my whole life, before I even was from committing crimes, I was a Crip. Like you grow up like this. You cuz, and this how you talk. You grew up this way. It don't got nothing to do with no fucking gangs or put on or nothing. This how you grow up. And I never felt compelled to speak on Crippin' outside of me just being one until I got to the roots of it. I never in my life felt this compelled to speak on nothing unless I understand the roots of something. I don't know how y'all all get so motherfucking compelled to speak about it if you don't know the roots of it. I know, you know how many Crips I know that don't know who the first Crip is? I'm talking about niggas that go hard that don't know who the first Crip is because they make it personal. It really don't be about what's happening. It's about them. That's the trick. So I think, yes, I agree with you. I think exactly. That's exactly what it is, Lawrence. G, you are an outlier. Everybody's an expert. Fact. I swear to God. And I noticed that my spirit has always
What
been.
did that say just then? What did that say? Bring that up again.
Huh?
You're an ally and everybody else is an expert, you said?
Yes. Everybody is an expert. He right, because that's how people talk. They be like,
I'm about to knock this table over, B.
And I'm like, so you gonna tell me about Crippin'? I remember asking the homie, well, who is the second Crip? You know how few people know who the second Crip is of all Crips? Niggas don't even know. 99.9% of human beings and Crips don't know who the second Crip was. I know who the second Crip is. I know where the nigga grew up at.
Who was it?
That's how I'm compelled to speak ethically on the life that I live. That's it. So I good music is not enough. Trapping ain't nothing we could do because it's fucked up.
I want you to explain this to me real quick though. What's the difference between good music and a good record?
So good music is art. Like it's just if to me it's like McDonald's sell good food. If you like McDonald's, like you couldn't tell your kids McDonald's ain't good food. Trap, Pete, you know you done bought some kids McDonald's. You can't tell them that shit not good. You can't tell them. I listened to a girl explain to me how good a filet mignon was. I'm like, nobody who tastes steak can tell me a filet mignon tastes good. You got to wrap that shit with bacon. You got to put all kind of flavored butters on that shit. That shit ain't good. You might as well go bite the fucking cow. But because of the brand of it, you feel me? People be popping their shit. People don't realize how much brand, you know what I mean? How much brand pollutes taste. You take a kid to McDonald's, you can't tell them that's not the best food. That's good food. Now, when we say great, that's different. It's quantifiable by stats. Or great records has more of a scientific element to it. But great music or good music is all perspective. I ain't heard a Uzi verse song that I thought was good still.
You bugging. Uzi got some shit. Uzi got some shit. So you think Uzi just got good music? He don't got good records?
He got two good records. All My Friends Are Dead and I Wanna Rock. Great records. I jam them jamming. But the rest of that shit where
he got some other shit
to his brand and shit, I'm not into that shit.
Nah, he got some other shit too. Uzi got some shit.
But again, you don't realize how much of his brand pollutes your thoughts on what's good when it comes to music.
No, not me. I mean, you can say that to somebody about somebody else though. I don't get caught up on the brand shit. Because I remember when no. I remember when I realized. Listen, this is when I realized it, right? So I remember when I knew it was a couple rappers that started coming out. I started knowing about them before I heard their music. When I caught this, I'm like, hold on, this dude's a rapper, but I never heard none of his music. Like, the example was, I remember Black Youngster, right? I remember when Black Youngster first came out, they had a video on World Star about him, about the bank calling the police on him. Became a big viral video on World Star and all that shit, right? And they kept on saying he's a rapper. Never heard none of his music. But
that's the thing. Like, good music is. Shout out to Red Rose. She made a great point. Good music is art. Art is subjective, right? But it's like, I knew who Uzi, Yachty, Kodak, 21, and one more person was before I ever heard any of their music. Because the brand of I could point them niggas out on the street. At that time, 21 Savage had that sword in his face.
Yeah.
That dagger. And 21 had.
But it's always been like that though, bro. It's always been like that, though. It's always been like that. It's not
always like that because we didn't have Instagram to move people through. Like, you got to realize how we're consuming. Instagram
it was the video shows.
Completely different. Other than that nigga trap would be in the magazine. Nigga, ain't nobody looking at no magazine all the time, every day. We look at our phones.
It was the video show. It was the video shows. Be back there. It was the video shows back then.
That might have been an hour or two. Nigga, we on Instagram all day, trap. All day. I never saw an artist before I heard their music. I never in my life knew this many artists what they look like before I heard their songs before Instagram.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
At least if I saw you the first time, I'd have heard your music the second time.
Yeah.
There's 5 or 6 artists that I could point out in the mall, and I still ain't never heard their song.
Mm-hmm. That shit crazy. When I realized that's when I stopped, like, you know what I'm saying? I stopped paying attention to all the other extra shit like that. You know what I'm saying? When I realized it was like, yo, they selling image over music right now, B.
Bro,
and this is crazy.
It's not them. It's just how we're consuming things. We're looking. We're not hearing. Bro, what? You don't think I could have found a smaller pair of glasses? Them fucking glasses, $350. Some of them big ass glasses I wear is $500. They're called Ultra Delights, bro. They're not cheap glasses. You motherfucking glasses. Niggas be like, glasses got them big ass goggles. Bitch, these glasses cost more than your shoes and everything. But I knew that they were big. And you know who told me?
You had like little glasses. They want to call you glasses. It
wouldn't make
little
sense.
reader glasses.
So I had to get these $400-$500.
Big gazelle looking shit.
My glasses coming out. I got my own version of my big glasses coming out myself. And I'm going to sell more of those glasses than anything I ever had in my life. I'm going to sell more of those glasses than I sold music. Right? Because them motherfuckers big. Because the first time I seen motherfucking Cuz from Florida. Damn, why is it next to my mind?
Kodak?
No, that was signed to Akon. T-Pain. T-Pain said, man,
big ass chain.
Where is your glasses? I'm like, I'm wearing contacts. He like, man, you gotta get some glasses.
No, that's a fact.
I could have wore some Lokes because I had some Gucci Lokes I would wear, bro. I realized
you gotta wear clear lenses. Lenses.
You gotta see my eyes. I ain't ducking nothing. And no lie, Trap, when I walk out and I go to the grocery store, mind you, I'm on the West, bro. So even if I'm not the greatest, biggest motherfucker around the world, when I'm out this bitch, I'm glasses low.
Nigga, we was outside. We out here in New York. Nigga pulled up on us, nigga.
I done went all over this country and got recognized. That's not what I'm saying. But at home, Like I am.
You ain't had no glasses on either that day. You ain't had no glasses on that day either. I don't know how you recognize you. You
exactly.
ain't had no glasses on.
Shout out to Jody Jess. Can you please stop cursing so much? I'm a child of God. Forgive me, Jody. I got you. My bad.
Get your ass.
She rolled in here today and started saying,
"Now we ain't got to curse." I get my point. What I'm saying is, I went and found the biggest glasses that I could, that were like right on the border of being goofy. Where people, some people wearing them goofy glasses, because I didn't understand that at first how brand worked. Trap, if I wear my glasses in Los Angeles,
everybody knows you
all day.
Yeah.
If I don't, I'm noticed 4 times. If I'm walking in Target the other day, I'm wearing some shorts, t-shirt, some sandals, some socks. I had my glasses on. This dude's like, "Oh, what's up, cuz? What's up, glasses?" I walked by this dude before.
Yeah.
People see them glasses big. They're like, "Oh, that's glasses." Just can't.
That's dope. Yeah, that's dope. You ever made a song named Glasses?
No, I'm about to, because I'm finna have my glasses for sale.
Bifocals. What you need to make a song called? Make a song called Bifocals, man. You wouldn't hit a man with bifocals. You know what I was going with that? That's fire right there. Yo, that's fire though. But it's definitely brand though, man. You know who was the illest brand of big? DMX.
Yeah.
DMX.
Dog.
The
chain.
Dog. Oh,
the first time I saw him, I never forgot him.
That was it. Nigga was barking, B. He was barking.
Yeah. Shout out to Mad Scientist.
He was full of Target.
I go to Target. I go to Walmart, Target.
Don't. We're not doing this.
You know what they about to go to. You know what they about to go to right now. You know what they about to go to.
Don't pull that.
DI.
Look, I'm not finna have these political conversations. I needed something at Target. No, Mad Scientist, I did not get my message from the Crips that we are boycotting Target. I never got my message from Black America that we boycotting Target. Send me my letter.
Sharpton sent that letter out. I gotta send it over to you too. Sharpton sent the whole letter out. We gotta.
They always try to drag
February 28th.
I'm not getting into that with Target. Y'all ain't taking Target away.
We cutting the water off February 28th. We ain't buying nothing. If you gotta get anything, get that shit February 27th. That's what we doing. I got to send it over to you. My God,
you're turning off your own water on February 28th.
No. We turning their water off. We're turning their water off, dude.
See, now see how y'all come up with all these ideas.
We're turning off the water. I was like, what?
No. I'm taking a shower.
Shout out to Flight Dad TV. I'll start boycotting Target when we stop wearing cotton. Facts. I'm not getting in that, man.
Niggas, man.
Look, I'm not in that conversation about Target and all of that. Y'all listen. It's too much going on. It's too much fake outrage. Y'all got to come together. We got to come together on one idea. Just one. I'm in, but we got to come one. Y'all can't take Target away from me.
Let me know in the chat who is boycotting on the 28th. Let me know in the chat right now, please.
I didn't even know about this. How am I not getting these messages?
Ain't damn with the.
Is this like a New York thing?
Nah, I seen it.
Nah, it's not a New York thing. That shit all around.
Hold on, let
me see what's going on. They boycott. Hold on, I'm gonna send it to you. God, I can't stand more than the Nazis, B. More than the Nazis, though. I'm telling y'all right now, B. Hate you.
I had no idea. I'm so embarrassed that y'all got something going on without the Loke. How the Loke didn't know?
I'm gonna send you right now.
How the Loke didn't know? How am I not informed about all the stuff we boycotting?
I got this text last night. It was said, send it around to everybody. I ain't sending it to not one person. Kept it to myself. I'm sending it to you right now, Glasses. It's a long ass. Al Sharpton put it together.
All this. Shout out to Jody Jebs. It will be your conversation when they take your Social Security away. I was planning life without Social Security, but I don't want them to take away your Social Security, Jody. So I'm with whatever y'all with, but y'all got to do a better job of letting us all know what we doing. Y'all let us know what we doing, because y'all doing a horrible job of letting us all know. How do I not know in the 28th is 2 days from now?
Is there going to be a boycott of the Walmart on 79th Street anytime soon? Because the lines in that son of a bitch are disgusting, and I would like to go on that day.
That's it right there.
I never got this forward message.
There's no self-checkout over there.
Oh man, they lock up everything in the Walmart, Target, CVS, Walgreens. Everything's locked up. They boycott themselves in New
We
York.
don't have a lot of shit. Well, actually, the Walgreens downstairs from me locks up a lot.
They got it locked up. They got everything locked up.
They have a lot of locked up cases, but there's nothing in there.
Yeah,
it's like someone's stealing it out of the back.
Bro, that shit is crazy.
What are we asking for? What are we asking for with this boycott?
They want to bring DEI policies back to Target, I think, is the theme of the boycott.
No, they say it don't go nowhere.
This ain't gonna go nowhere. It's in just turn the water off.
I don't want to do DI no more. It got to just be black.
So I heard somebody say, like, on the list, we like fifth on the list for the DEI though. It wasn't really even for us.
I said that when it first started. I'm like, the first person of DEI, the first person on any of that stuff is a white woman. That's why I just got to be black.
It's all for faux bullshit marketing. That's all it is.
They just hate this man, B. They hate this man, B. They hate this man.
It's also, even like during the height of DEI, all it was free marketing for companies to try to solicit customer bases. We hired the
that's
first
how they built. That's how they built.
For whatever the fuck.
How they built Lululemon.
Yeah.
What the hell, Lululemon?
They're those yoga pant things.
Oh, okay. I don't know what the hell that was. So yeah, I get what you're saying now. Okay, I got you.
The same idea.
Yeah, I got you.
Same idea. Again,
Shotty, what up?
Man, we finna go to ADHD. This is No Ceilings Live, the lunch hour, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon Pacific Standard Time, right here on Digital Soapbox. Click the thumbs up button right there in the corner, like this. If you're on Twitter, retweet this link so somebody else can see it. If you're on Facebook, share this post. We do this stream to support the No Ceilings podcast. Just dropped a fire episode yesterday. You can listen to the No Ceilings podcast on Apple Podcasts, iHeart Podcasts, or anywhere else you get your podcast from. No Ceilings podcast, executive produced by Charlemagne the God, the Black Effect Podcast Network, and iHeart. Anything else before we get up out of here?
It was something else, but I forgot what it was, though. 28th, man. Cut the water off, you heard? That's what we doing, y'all.
I'm going to do it, but I really feel like I'm cheated because y'all not telling me exactly what's the real goal.
For the peoples, for the cause, for the peoples, B. For the peoples. That's
so you just doing something.
Reverend Al sent the text out. He said, yo, listen, this is what it is. That's what it was. No, I'm saying it's what it was. It's what it is right now. That's it. You know what I mean? That's what we doing. 28, cut the water off.
One thing I'll say before we go, you have to release brand giant sunglasses that are blackout, and girls will buy them because, like, girls like to hide in public. So if they can hide out and still see,
that walk of shame,
it's gonna do just fine. They call them like the Sunday mornings.
Yeah, Sunday mornings. There you go, right there. Yeah, I like that.
This is one of the best podcasts on YouTube. Keep doing your thing. Thank you, Moo. Make sure y'all like this. Thumbs up, ADHD. We up over there after this. Much love, y'all.
All right.